What's up, everybody? Welcome back for some more Vampire Survivors. Today, we're going to be trying to do a freezing weapons only run. I've been looking around for a while trying to pick the best character, and I've identified a bunch of the freezing weapons and stuff. Definitely possible, but I do think we're going to kind of flounder it as well, but we're going to go ahead and try here. So Gallows, who I've identified to be the best for it, because he's got decent stats, and he comes with some decent rerolls and skips, without having like a bunch of extra specific power like a lot of the Ode to Castlevania ones have. We're going to jump in. We've got everything unsealed here. I'm thinking we go Inlaid Library. Although we could do Ode to Castlevania and guarantee another one of the freezing weapons. That's probably smarter, actually, thinking about it. So I'm going to go Ode to Castlevania. And we're going to leave everything just as it is here. Definitely no random events and level up, but just hyper, no arcanas, no limit break for now. If I find that we're truly running out of rerolls and banishes, I may go for arcanas purely so we can take Silent Old Sanctuary, not get the one weapon benefits from it, and instead just get the extra rerolls and stuff. But that's like hardly worth it. Okay, so off the gate, no freezing weapons. Let's get to banishing before we start rerolling and stuff. Just start knocking shit off the list. Additionally, we're absolutely gonna come here and buy Ice Brand from him. This might freeze enemies, so it counts for the purposes of the run, and it gets us a second weapon right off the rip. We were considering starting as the Frozen Shade, but since she starts with this weapon, it's a slightly less efficient run. I at least now have 2 out of 6 frozen weapons. Where's our old school RuneScape stream? Actually, Smog, I was legitimately just talking about that the other day. I tried OSRS for like the first time for like 2 hours the other night, and I was having a great time. I definitely get it, you know, which is funny because I don't even have the nostalgia of playing the game as a kid or anything. I played a tiny bit as a kid, but not enough to, you know, form real memories or anything. But just kind of the like chill, grindy, make number go upness of it, like, was appealing to me for sure. Especially for like an off-stream game. I want none of this garbage. Especially for an off-stream game that I kind of just like shut my brain off and watch the number go up. That shit was a little appealing. Little appealing for sure. Pretty sure there's an Arcana that works great with freezing builds. Yeah, there is. I'm just always curious to see if we can do it without the freezing power. None of this shit. Let's keep just banishing stuff for now. There's so many weapons that it hardly matters, but if we can, you know, get some shit out of the pool, it'll help a little bit. Play it on your phone, can play it with your feet on your desk. It's so good. Bro, why are you playing games with your feet on your desk? Are you perhaps the Dwight Schrute of your workplace? Is that what I'm picking up here? Is that a reputation that you've cultivated and maybe even have leaned into? Oh, for sure. Yeah, that behavior just, it screams to me of, you know, attracting attention and maybe not always the right kind, you know? But if it's working out for you, I believe in you. Pro move, honestly. Keep banishing for now. This is putting us behind in power, though, because every time we banish, we're not getting any, like, weapons or anything, you know? Spellbinder actually would be pretty good for us, but we need to be looking for these freezing weapons. Oh, wait, I can't here. Fuck it. Take the Spellbinder. Keep my feet up on the desk, put YouTube up on the side monitor TV. I love a good casual game I can play with mouse only. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I think there's some magic to being able to only use your mouse. And don't be weird and say like, oh, you can play a game with one hand. You know, ha ha ha. Masturbation. It's legitimately chill. Like, I've done that with ARPGs a lot, where banish the shit out of this crossbow. I have like a mega fucking loser mouse with like a bunch of buttons on it and shit, so being able to play an ARPG with just your mouse, where you're just clicking around and blowing shit up, bliss. Bliss. Alright, the fact that we haven't seen any other freezing weapons is bad for us here. Decidedly bad for us. That said, 2 minutes in, you know, we're hanging in here. You know what? I wouldn't say we're cooking with gas. I'd say we're cooking over like a poorly made fire. I really need a new MMO or team-based multiplayer game to dig my teeth into. I feel ya. I want a new MMO very badly. Like a new good one that's not like ridden with like horrible monetization. I don't know where to buy friends. That's the struggle, buddy. Looking over a Bunsen burner? Yeah, buddy. Ice Fang! Yes! Oh, that's sick. We got another ice weapon. That's 3. Okay, maybe we can make this happen. We need the Mirage Robe. We need some motherfucking... I don't even know. I'll know them when they come up. Me out of here. Not the Santa Javelin, but like that other thing in that setup there. That one adds freeze when you evolve it, so that counts. Keep looking. None of this appeals to me. Banish one more thing, the lift, and then we got to start re-rolling. We should start also just taking, you know, what we can when it shows up to just get power, because we've banished like 10 times. We've only gotten like a few level ups actually worth of power so far in the run. None of this I want. Yeah, just go more Ice Brand for now. I realize that I don't miss WoW, but I miss the community, the guild, the homies, the social aspect. That's true. Yeah, I've been really enjoying playing classic WoW this time around. I'm level like 51 now. For the anniversary servers, it's been fun. But it's definitely been that, you know, where there were a lot of people on it first and then everybody kind of falls off. And the social part of it's really fun, but it doesn't... You got to be really into it to kind of keep it up long-term in an MMO, and that's tough, because then at some point you end up feeling obligated to, like, log on to a game every day. There's an interesting-looking cooperative multiplayer roguelike thing coming to Game Pass soon. Up to something like 30 players in a dungeon at a time. Interesting. Do you know what it's called? The fire, and let's get over here and get some Tier G Sue. You want OG Classic? Yeah, the anniversary servers that they launched recently. My buddies and I jumped on, and a number of my friends have already passed me. I just like, here, just go more Clock Lance it. A couple of my buddies have like gotten a 60 or rolled alts or stuff, and then some others are still like around where I am, because fuck, man, on vanilla, it takes a long time. I've got something like 7-8 days of playtime on that character. Mostly dungeon grinding because I've been healing as a paladin. So it should be, it's pretty efficient leveling, you know? But it's slow as fuck. And there's some satisfaction that comes along with the time that it takes, but it's a little extreme. I wish New World didn't set itself on fire after release. I really liked that game. Yeah, I think New World has some promising things about it. I never was like fully sold, but I've played it a good bit and had fun with it. You know, I've probably put like 30 or so hours into it over the years. And I think it's got a lot of good stuff going. I think one problem with it is more of a me problem, or my house problem, where I get like weird latency with it, and I feel like the combat always just doesn't feel very good. But that could be more of a my internet thing. PvP-oriented MMO, equals built for me. Have you looked into Ash the Creation a lot? I've talked about it a lot around here, but I think that game would probably be up your alley. It's not out yet, but it's something to get excited for when it comes out in like 5 to 10 years. Like 400 plus hours in New World? Nice. All right, here's 5 minutes. We are going to want to like get the fuck out of Dodge soon. 33 Immortals is the name of the game. Interesting. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Atomfall recently. I know you're really hyped for that game, and I may have to check it out at this point. I definitely want to check out the new Doom when that drops. Doom Dark Ages or whatever. You just crossed 800 hours in Dark and Darker. Rookie numbers. There's our level 8 Ice Brand. I only played a little bit of Dark and Darker. I did think it was very fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. It didn't really appeal to me for like long-term play. It was more of a like once in a while play with buddies kind of party game. But all right. I think RL, you mean Rocket League? You ban this person as well. See ya. well, probably his #1 total hours, but I have no way to see what the total hours are. Yeah, I wish I could see that with World of Warcraft. I would love to see it like on the different generations and stuff too. But it would be impossible for me to truly see all of my WoW time because a lot of it prior to like, I don't know, 2018 or so was on like private servers. I played a bunch on private servers. Ooh. No, this isn't going to give us any freezing options. Hey, what's up, Suruptic? Welcome in. Holy shit, thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, for real. All right, let's get inside the castle, yeah? Welcome in, bud. I hope you're having a good one. Rocket League's sitting at around 3,500 hours. Dude, Leah, Rainbow Melee, she's got like 5,000 hours in The Sims 4. It's crazy. She's a dedicated Sims nerd. Armor Fable are the games I for sure have the most. Yeah, I don't know for me. It's probably WoW or League of Legends, maybe? I played a shitload of League of Legends in high school and early college. So it's not like recent in my gaming history, but I played fucking a lot of League of Legends. And I have no idea how much time I put in that game, but certainly thousands of hours. And when it comes to like Souls games and Elden Ring and stuff like that, most of them I've got like, over 500 in, but I don't have like thousands of hours in any of the single games. I think Bloodborne's the closest. I've probably got somewhere in like the 700-800 hour range for that game total. Also, I think we might be cooked to just lose this run because we still do only have 3 weapons, which is pretty fucking terrible. Let's reroll a bit. We have 14 of these fuckers. Prism Lass! That's another freezing weapon. All right, baby. Okay, renewed hope. Renewed hope in the game. I easily have 1,000+ in Skyrim. Yeah, I don't personally, but I know plenty of people that do. I've played my fair share of Skyrim, but not that much. I definitely like it's a game that I know a lot of people kind of play it as, not a forever game, but something like that. And I've never really treated it that way personally. I played like through it like, oh no! I still have Tirjisu. I played through it a few times over the years, but 33 Immortals is described as a distilled version of MMO raids with 33 players and Hades-esque graphics. That's cool. That's very interesting to me. Also, I would love to see like Empty Tome or Spinach or any of like the useful passives. Let's do like this is okay, Crown's okay, but let's reroll. We need like some heavy hitter shit here. Game? Come on, game. Dude. Let's see how fast we can run out of these. All right, I don't want to keep going. I'm scared. And 1,500+ on League. That's a lot, man. Probably 2K+ in League, 4K+ if you include Teamfight Tactics. I never got wicked into it, but I've played a good share of it. And Teamfight Tactics is fun. I like an auto battler, which is the reason I really want to try the Bazaar. But now apparently there's all kinds of like shitty monetization stuff going on with that game. So I don't fucking know, dude. I don't want to be caught up in the goddamn culture war playing a fucking toy, Bethesda with update combat system and Elder Scrolls would be amazing. Yeah, Skyrim is still fun at this point, but it's only so fun because of that in particular. Like, the combat's pretty flat. PFT is so good if you get deep into it. I imagine. I know people will go fucking hard in that game. I think we're just cooked here. I think it was pretty bad RNG if we want to be real. And I love having something to blame that's not me. But I don't think we get out of this one. Prism Lass evolves. Prism Lass's evolution is very good. What does it evolve with? I think it evolves with wings, right? Oh, shitty tit. All right, I hate getting Armadillo so early, but I think our only chance of salvaging this is to go to this Armadillo and pick up like an empty tome or something. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, more empty tome. Minecraft is a game I had thousands of hours in. Played it from 2010 to 2017. Next most would be COD 2019 with about 900. And 700 on FH4 and 5. FH. What do you mean by that? I don't get FH4, FH5. I'm sure I'll know the game when you say the full thing, but I can't think of it. $2,000+ duels. TFT you can also play with your feet up. Forza Horizon, right. Yeah. I've never been big into car games, but I do think it's cool the way they like kind of take the aspect of simulation so seriously. Say the javelin. No, wait, not that one. Not that one. Fuck. This is look okay. Tome, take the tome. But the weapons we have are fully leveled. We're gonna have to be like skipping levels and shit. All right, we could just take a passive that's useful like area. That's fine by me, because you better to be efficient with this armadillo here. No idea how many hours I have in Minecraft. Yeah, I have probably a good amount of time in Minecraft. I don't know if it's in the thousands, but significant. We were gonna be out of rerolls soon. This is so rough. Need for Speed. I actually did. I played a bunch of Need for Speed Underground as a kid. That was the one car game, but I feel like that's different than like a Forza game, because a Forza game is more about like realistically simulating shit, right? And then Need for Speed was like go around and do races. Need for Speed Underground was goated. Yeah, absolutely goated, dude. Slapping that underglow on your car and feeling like the coolest person on the planet. Man, GTs. Have you played Slay the Spire or Balatro on stream? I played Balatro on stream once. Way back when I very first started streaming. It was legitimately a very early stream for me. And I've never played Slay the Spire on stream, but I've played it a shitload off stream. I love Slay the Spire. I think it's probably my favorite roguelike of all time, most likely. This game's up there as well, for sure. Chronos Box is pretty good. Let me get this. We just got to be sure to banish it. Yeah, I'm very excited for Slay the Spire 2. We'll certainly play a bunch of that on stream. And I'll probably play some Slay the Spire 1 on stream before that. Like, getting hyped for it, you know? Also, I think we actually may have broken over this shit. Professional streamer never admit fault, you know it. Oh, and spinach! My Suruptic awake? Yeah, actually it is late, right? In Underground, I refused to buy a different car, so I took the Ford Focus I started with up to 220 mile per hour beast. I remember for whatever reason at that time, I thought that a Honda Civic was very cool. Nowadays, don't get me wrong, Honda Civic is like a fine, you know, perfectly normal car. But back then, that's what I thought was like a cool car. And even now, I'm not really like a car guy. Like, I can look past a car and kind of be like, that thing looks neat. But when it comes to actually like knowing shit about my car, I could care less, frankly. Just doesn't interest me, really. Maybe it will at some point. But the only Crunch is not that old. Dude, I'm like 85. I've just done a lot of skincare. I've put all the expensive goop on my face, and this is the result. All right, we still need 2 more freezing weapons to make this shit work, but we're winning for now, so that's good enough to make me happy, if we're being totally real. Okay. Leave the locks out of this, fellas. It's a recent development going back to the long hair. It's weird watching my shorts because I can see it grow out across them. All right, anything? Come on, give me some freezy shit. We need to banish Chirona's box in the next one. Do not open a chest. Saying. Sorry, boys. Sorry. Okay, here's our... Oh, wait, no! Shit! Shit, I spent all my banishes, dude! Oh, no. Oh, no. That's 100% cursed. That kills us. I feel like that kills us, right? Oh, Crunch on OnlyFans. Crunch Unpuff. That, you know, if I was doing it. Not a bad name. You guys see that fucking... What's her name? That one girl from Harry Potter's on OnlyFans now, but specifically doing, like, hair fetish content where it's just photos of the hair off her head. And, you know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, fucking get that bag, you know? It's just crazy there's enough of a market. Don't forget about skips. You're right, I could have skipped it, but I could only skip it so many times. Just faced my first boss again, Crunch, in Terraria. Now shit's getting real. Ooh. I wonder, am I close enough to get there on Friday when I play it again? Let's toss a, or we could, no. Clover, is that going to be good for us at all? Probably not, right? But why not take it so that we can level something? Just giving us chances to get more freezy stuff. And they're over. And then now let's go get the Armadillo and start this process. What do I want from here? I don't think I give a shit about Crown. We're already getting a lot of levels. Armor could be nice. Our mages could be nice. Let's just go classic and go armor for a little survivability. 5 p.m. about to be here. That means date night with the wife. I'm outie. Have a good stream, Crunch, and a great evening. Hell yeah, thanks for stopping in, Smog. We appreciate you, bud. Have a good date night with the wife. Air people sigh. There's a hair whip. No, I won't do that. We'll leave it as it is. We'll leave it as it is. Oh shit, you know what I should have gotten was wings, because then we could have evolved the Prism last. Yeah, so let's hightail it up to the next Armadillo and try to get that. If we can survive that long. I think that 100% curse is too much. Unfortunately. Block my eye. Alright, here we go. Am I safer if I stand still? Also, for what it's worth? I think I am for right now, because then I'm kind of forming this ring of this one weapon. No, they're making it to me. They're making it to me. Never listen to me. We have no revives left, so if we die now, it's over. Making it to 15 minutes is not bad, though. And I think this proves that if we had gotten the other 2 weapons, just, you know, via luck of the draw, we might have been able to make it happen. Maybe we go in and we seal more stuff. I'm so dead, dude. Look at this situation I'm in. It's been in stalker mode. Hell yeah. Thanks for the lurks, Eruptic. Appreciate you. All right, slowly but surely. Come on. Show me something that works, please. Dude, there's too many weapons in this game. All right, we're on to skips. We're on to skips, baby. We don't have another evolution on deck, right? Yeah, it's just money. But we can't move closer. If we had gotten, maybe if we'd gotten that one other evolution, we'd be able to move around right now. But even then, I don't know. We are freezing the fuck out of everything, though. That's for sure. Trash. right. We might make it to this armadillo. I mean, we're moving along. It's just we're not scaling up in power at all at this point, and the enemies are still. So that poses a pretty serious problem. We need some luck here. This is probably going to be a bunch of levels. This is our big chance. Come on. We're all in here for the luck. There's no way. Come on. Technically, there's still a couple levels left, but I don't see it happening, chat. All right, take me away. So, we got to change up our strategy a little bit. So for one, let's go into the collection. Is there anything we could totally banish? Not really. All them Tides of the Viscari has no freezing weapons, right? We can get rid of that altogether. It's small, but it's something. Get it out of there. And let's go through and start banishing other shit. Also, wait, Amogus has no freezing either. Seal that shit, right? Yeah, no freezing. Seal that shit. That helps tremendously. And then we've got 60 seals. We should just start tossing out like 1 million at the Ode to Castlevania weapons, right? Isn't the Mirage Robe and Tides? I think that's in Moonspell. Oop, shit. Yeah, then let's just start going and just banishing, just sealing other shit. That's not freezing weapons. We gotta try. We should have done this from the start. No, we need that one. We need that one, though we're not going to evolve it, I don't think. These ones are very unlikely to show up in the shop anyways. They're not really worth the banish. This one's worth the banish. That one's worth the banish. We want to see the Glass Fandango. Because it eventually, if we evolve it, which requires wings, which links up with something else, then it will freeze enemies. So it counts enough, I think. I'm happy to say that it counts. Now, let's just keep banishing other shit. Banish this. We're actually getting through a lot of the weapons. This is going to make it way better than I thought. For whatever reason, I was like, we can't banish that much stuff. But no, we can seal a lot of shit. Leave that one. I feel like if it even hits it cold, anything it counts. Yeah, but like the Santa Javelin can't count, you know? And I feel like Santa implies cold. He just does. That cold, jolly, rotund man. Don't freeze that one. All right, that should be way better. That should be way better. We go back in, same way now. And I'm going to still try no Arcanas. I know this might mean that we don't get to play Monster Hunter tonight. I hope no one's terribly disappointed by that. I feel like it's mostly disappointing to me. All right, so right off rip, we got absolutely fisted. My day is ruined now. No! I'm going to take spinach for sure. And then we pop over here to pop a wheelchair, and we grab Ice Brand all day, every day. Then we're also going to pop over here and get a little Tirajisu. Mass reports. I always get those two DLCs mixed together. Yeah, I feel like they came out kind of close together. They're the only, like, you know, OG ones, effectively, that aren't just collabs. All right, let's start banishing. Targe, you're out of here. All right, Ice Fang. Perfect, man. Perfect. We can take that death. We were built for that death. We can't Die again, though. We need, yeah, another level of Jisoo. There we go. Perfect. All right, we should probably try to be smart with this one and actually hang out in the frozen enemies. Preserve our health. Build for Death would make a great band name. Also an album name for sure. Armadillo we definitely take, and we go Empty Tome. All right, we're chilling. All right. Oh, Glass Fandango, dude. Yes. I was like, holy shit, we got so lucky, but we increased the odds tremendously. By sealing all those weapons and those DLCs that didn't have any freezing weapons, we increased the odds a lot. And there's wings. But at least this way we get to really test out if we can do it, you know? All right, a little more chicon. I want none of this garbage. I want none of this garbage. Let's banish rather than level clock lance it. Let's banish again. May as well spend them. But I don't think we even need to spend down like all of our banishes. Oh shit. Jason, thank you so much for the bits, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all are too kind, for real. All right, let's do like 1 or 2 more banishes, and then I think we call it on the banishes, and we start just grabbing shit. Because again, the odds are so much more in our favor now. Armor's good enough to just take, I think, actually. Crazily enough. All right, Spellbinder, perfect. Don't get tricked into taking the Alucard Spear, and let's just reroll now. Yep, and look, we see better options. Why did I do that one? I don't know. Sometimes you gotta make a bad decision so the good decisions seem even, you know, gooder. And don't you tell me that English was imperfect or incorrect. I can't. All that and Mirage Robe. We're only 1 frozen weapon away now. All that matters is that you understood what I was saying. Why is we're still in by from Crunch? Fine for now. What's the last weapon we're looking for? The Prism Lass. Nice. The Prism Lass. I like just leveling armor here, crazily enough. All right. Then, yeah, I just like more Mirage Robe here. I think once Mirage Robe evolves, too, it's actually not that bad. More Tome all day. Spellbook doesn't do us any good here. Just grab the Lancet level. Fine. We're fishing for one specific weapon now, so it's gonna be a little tough, but we're already better off than we were in the last run, so I'm feeling pretty good, honestly. I think this all freezing weapons thing is actually coming together. Nothing that I want. Let's just go with the Ice Brand level. Alright. I'm scared, chat. Alright, Clock Lancet. I did off stream last night. I tried a bit of that game Wander Stop. Anybody seen anything on that? It was quite fun. I had a really good time at the start of the game. It's like a cozy tea making game by two indie devs. I wish I could remember the second one, but the first one is the writer of the Stanley Parable. And can you reroll level up options if you don't like them? Yes, you can. But I have a limited number of rerolls. I have 12 of them. So I'm kind of like sort of trying to be sparing with them. And instead I'm banishing items sometimes, meaning that they cannot come up again in the level up options. But yeah, this game Wander Stop is like it's kind of like a cozy game, but since it's written by this Stanley Parable guy, there's sort of this implication that maybe there's going to be something more to it. And just getting it started, it seemed really fun. It was definitely playing at the idea of like what, you know, what the principle of a cozy game is, what makes it cozy and stuff like that. It was, your character is like this fighter that wants to continue being a fighter and stuff, but you're kind of forced not to, and you're forced to just take time and chill. And everything in the game is a kind of like a if you want to sort of thing. And it's really interesting the way they're playing with the conflicting ideas of like grinding for something that's very concrete and measurable and achievable versus stepping back and just doing something because it's fun or satisfying. Yeah, really interesting. Oh, this clutch, yeah. And those are things that you also unlock. You don't start with that ability default in the game. You have to like play runs and earn that. You gonna play Wander Stop and stream it all? Probably not, but maybe. It just kind of came to mind and I figured I'd yap about it a little bit. I just got too many games to play on stream. I complain about it a lot, but hard to fit them all. I'm the type of person that likes to try a lot of games. I like seeing what's going on with lots of games. You know, I like poking in. But it's hard to exactly accommodate that on stream, especially if we get something going and people are enjoying it and I want to commit to playing the whole thing. The struggle is real, yeah. Too many good games to play. And too many games these days want us to play them forever. Is why I love when you find a game that's okay with being beaten in a reasonable amount of time. Because I do feel like that's part of the problem with the bloat in games today is, you know, the expectations that fucking video game players, heckin' gamers, bro, put on the developers, where they're like, if I pay X amount of money, I expect X amount of hours out of this game. Which, there's some reasonableness to that. I like see where it's based, but I just do think it limits things, you know? Like Astrobot was like a 15-hour game or whatever, and I'm glad that they didn't add extra bullshit to it to make it into a 30-hour game for the marketing bullet point, you know, because the game felt perfect and complete at 15 hours. You played Nine Souls? I actually have it. I would really like to. I've heard amazing things about it, and we are sort of focusing a bit on Metroidvanias around here, so that could definitely be on the docket. Here we go, Ice Brand. Well, I like Wukong Lies and Sekiro, they're kind of one and done. True. I enjoyed Wukong in general. I think it had some flaws, but it was fun. Going G+, but you don't feel forced to? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way all the Souls games are, I think. You can continue working on your character if you want, but ultimately, like, there's a game and you beat it. Reroll. We should also get inside. These 6-minute lizards are gonna fucking fist the living hell out of us, if not. Really enjoyed Wukong, but a lot of bosses felt kind of gimmicky to me. There was good stuff about it. I felt the combat did not hold up to its, like, runtime effectively. Like, one of the things that makes a really long Souls game feel satisfying across it is, A, I think the combat's just a little bit deeper. There are more buttons to press, literally. And then, B, there are more options to try out and, like, fiddle with and stuff. And I felt the builds in Wukong felt rather superficial, and eventually it just boils down to, like, you mash that single attack button. My ears are ringing. Did someone say lizard fisting? Welcome in, Squid. What's going on, bud? But yeah, I liked Wukong in general, and I'm super excited to see what the studio does next. I think there's some room to grow still, like, for how long the game was, which is good. It was amazing there was that much content in it. but eventually just mashing square doesn't hold up anymore. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that there. Feeling when you have a 1,500-foot tunnel and accidentally let water down it that wipes out all the torches? No, dude. I didn't even think about that. I assume you're talking about Terraria, but that makes sense. Kind of funny, that's the exact reason I liked it. Like Sekiro, I just kind of played only using RB, LB, and dodge. Yeah, that's fair to a degree. I guess Sekiro pulled it off a little better for me in that regard, because you're right. But there also is other stuff going on in Sekiro, too. Mashing R1 in circle? Now that's some gameplay. Genre, I think, should matter there. $10 for a JRPG versus $10 for a platformer. The RPG you expect more hours out of. That's true. That's true. There's certainly different expectations for different genres. I just think some of the bloat in games is because we essentially equate more hours to more value in games sometimes, and I don't think that that should be like a direct one-to-one, you know? Dynasty Warriors players love pressing just a couple of buttons. They're on their 20th or whatever sequel by now. True, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of context that goes into it, you know? And in general, I still enjoyed Wukong, but I feel like there just could have been more going on in it. Because even Sekiro, maybe it was something about the way the enemies fought or something. It just felt like there was more like evolution across it. Felt more varied in a way. Plus, Sekiro's a much shorter game. Black Myth Wukong's fucking long, dude. And again, while I'm being negative here, I enjoyed it. I played the whole thing. I beat all the secret bosses and everything. TBH, there's still some strategy to Dynasty Warriors, but it's mostly a matter of which combo has the most AoE for foot soldiers versus which combo has the most sheer damage for officers. Yeah, I played a bit of the newest Dynasty Warriors, the one that just came out, all off stream, and I thought it was very fun. And yeah, while the combat is simple, and I didn't play that many hours, so like Black Myth Wukong, if you asked me hour 10, I wouldn't have said any of this shit about the combat. It was only after a long enough time that I was like, all right. But the like 10 or whatever hours I've played of Dynasty Warriors, the combat is simple, but like you said, there's the AoE versus the single target. And then on top of that, there's sort of the whole extra like strategy layer where it's almost like you're playing a third person Warcraft 3 kind of scenario where you are playing as a hero character. And like where you are on the map, where you are clearing enemies is important strategically. And they actually kind of push that. You go over like these battle maps beforehand, and there's like generals going to different spots on the map and all this shit. And it feels like there's sort of this extra layer on top of the very simple kill hundreds of enemies constantly loop, you know? But I think it's actually pretty good. Timing's also just flawless, perfecting Sekiro out of all games. Sekiro's been my favorite hand-to-hand combat. It's real good. A lot of people agree with you there. I think it's certainly up there for me. I'm a Bloodborne stan through and through. But I hear you. I feel like most companies are chasing FromSoft now. They've set the standard for those kinds of games, 100%. There's also something about Dynasty Warriors where you just run through and clear tons of little enemies easily. It does something with my brain. 100%. Look what I'm doing right now, brother. All I'm doing is moving the left stick and collecting my dopamine check. My dopamine royalty payment for my involvement in the process. Dynasty Warriors Origin is a different experience than normal for Dynasty Warriors, but they really do emphasize that tactical routing even more. Yeah, it was... Granted, I haven't played one of the games since I was a kid, so yeah, I guess I lack, like you're saying, that context for the normal. But I enjoyed that one, for sure. What I've played of it. I feel like if Elder Scrolls 6 had any sort of modernized Souls-like combat, it's a huge win. I agree, but it comes down to like only if they can pull it off, because as much as I love the Souls-like games and am like a Souls-like stan, I don't think it's the only combat system, you know? I think it's fine for people to try to do their own thing, and because there are a lot of games with like Souls-light combat that I think do it okay, and it's perfectly acceptable, but it's not they don't get it quite right, you know, and maybe they'd be better off sticking to finding their own thing. I feel that way about like the modern Assassin's Creed games. The combat's not bad, it's fine. And it's clearly like Souls-light combat, you know? But it's just not really strong enough. Lack of clunk, a dodge dash system, and a lock on. I feel like they need that. Yeah, definitely at this point, like a dodge dash is like essential to all games. That wasn't a standard before. Comes down to engaging gameplay. I like Monster Hunter Wilds and FromSoft, but they're totally different styles, both very engaging and well done. 100%. Yeah, that's a great comparison. Because I feel like recently when I'm playing a lot of Monster Hunter on stream, people that haven't played before are asking questions about it and stuff. And I've tried to describe the combat where it's like, it's really its own thing. The closest thing to describe it to is like a little bit of like Souls meets like fighting game a little bit, but it's basically its own thing. And the real similarity with it in Souls is just that it's slower and that it involves animation locks. So pressing the buttons, you know, matters. And I think those are good things. Assassin's Creed is the McDonald's of gaming now, or Elden Ring is your fancy gourmet burger restaurant. 100%. 100%. Super true, I guess. Better phrasing is I'm praying Elder Scrolls 6 has smooth combat with yeah, 100%. I hear you. And I do too. I think the bit I've played of Avowed was actually a good example of sort of that Elder Scrolls style of combat, but just feeling chunkier and more impactful and more satisfying. Because that's a big part of it. Like playing Melee in Skyrim, you know, now, it's just not that satisfying. It's a similar problem I have with The Witcher. The Witcher 3 has, you know, amazing writing and all that, but the combat I feel like just lacks a lot of impact. Still a great game, but the further we get out from the release of those games and the more you get used to playing more refined combat systems, you know? But also, sort of like conversely, it all relies on the system that's in play, because going back and playing these older Castlevania Metroids, those combat systems rule. Symphony of the Night feels incredible to play. And it came out, you know, almost 30 years ago. So, sort of like we've been saying, it's really all around the context. Just, it's the binary. Does it feel good to play? You know, I've spent a lot of my life, like, playing in bands and working on music production and shit like that. And people get all kind of caught up on rules when it comes to playing music and recording music and writing songs and whatever. And it's so funny because at the end of the day, like with anything with music, it's like literally all that matters, yes or no, does it sound good? Period. And I think games are pretty much the same. It's like, yes or no, is the game fun to play? The only question that matters, does it fucking slap? Yeah, 100%. That's it. That's it. And you could get down here and you could be like, well, these things are very subjective that we're talking about. Sure, you're right. But there's still, there's a large degree of consensus around certain subjective stuff. Not everybody thinks Elden Ring's combat is good, but most people do. You know, that sort of thing. Not everybody likes Sabrina Carpenter, but most people do. Prism Laughs. Finally, dude, we got it. That's all of them. That's 6 weapons, dude. Let's go. Full evolve, full frozen run. Kind of tricky to do this. Legitimately kind of tricky to pull this off just because getting these 6 weapons all together, which I think these are like the only 6 that have like default freezing capability without arcanas or anything like that. Kind of tricky, man. Hey, what's up, Drew? And welcome in, Mags, as well. Thanks for the bits, man. I appreciate you. If it's melee with heft and impact you want, then you absolutely have to play KCD 2. There's no heftier melee in a game. I think I do have to play it, man. I think I do have to play it, for real. It's been kind of calling my name. I've seen a lot of stuff on it, and everyone's like, it's amazing. But I don't know if I'm going to do it right away, but I think it's on the docket. I'd say, well, it's different in its own ways. You could get Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for something closer to traditional Dynasty Warriors. That combines the old Wii U and 3DS versions. And all the respective DLCs into one complete passive with a little extra. It hooks you hard enough to play arguably a month's worth of content to play through. I have heard people say that one in particular is good. That Hyrule Warriors. And I like the flavor, honestly. I've played, you know, a shitload of Zelda in my life. You're 140 hours into Elden Ring and you think it's good, but only a 7 to 8 out of 10 for me? Yeah, fair enough. A lot of people don't jive with the open world aspect of it. I personally like it. I think it's an interesting way to expand the genre. It's sort of just like connecting the classic super linear zones with like almost like Hyrule Field-esque places. But yeah. I feel I've stopped earning points on Crunchy's channel. He's blocking me from making him play the Isle. Buddy, you're still getting points. Don't worry. I've never blocked anyone from getting points around here. Not now, not never. Actually, I might... Well, I don't even think I fucking can, dude. I can ban somebody, but I can't be like, you get no points. I don't even think I could, like, give somebody a shitload of points if I wanted to. Maybe I can? I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing games on the internet. I have 500 hours in Elden Ring. Its style of open world is absolutely my jam. Same. I love it. Because I do like an open world game. I've felt some of the Ubisoft exhaustion, sure. But I like an open world game. And I think Elden Ring does it super well because the entire open world feels thorough and curated. When you play Assassin's Creed, you run through a bunch of like open forests because it's supposed to be simulating England or whatever. And sure, that's good for like realism and stuff. But in Elden Ring, you're like, oh, if you go down this path right here, there's an ambush of wolves. And if you keep going along, there's going to be a giant stone archway. Go through there, there's a Colosseum past there, and there's a PvP invader that's going to show up. There's stuff everywhere. Combat system still feels a bit clunkier than I'd like, and I was not a fan of the parry system. Super personal, but just wasn't my absolute favorite. Yeah, parries are definitely weightier and like slower in the Souls games than something like Sekiro. And you can't cancel out of shit into parries the way that you can in Sekiro. In Sekiro, mashing L1 is like the strat. And you cannot mash the parry button in the regular Souls game. So it's definitely a difference, just kind of at the core of the systems. And definitely a different feel for sure. So it makes sense, to prefer one or the other. You can't give Twitch's channel points, but if it was Stream Elements points, you can give those. True. I thought the DS1 parry was better done than ER? That's interesting, man. I can't say I agree with you, but that's interesting. I guess it all just comes down to personal feel. Never bothered parrying an Elden. I was much more of a tank type player. Nice. I've actually been wanting to do like a tank Elden Ring build. I sort of did that towards the end of my DLC run where I was just dual wielding shields. But we beat Radahn. I like how Elden Ring felt alive, though. A lot of Dark Souls games just feel so dead, almost like you're walking through an Acropolis. 100%. I like the, active world where it feels like stuff's going on. I do think there's some merit to the kind of... Also, what do I need to evolve? Sorry, what do I need to evolve? Oh, we got it, the Mirage Robe. There's some merit to the kind of barren, desolate emptiness of the old games. That's definitely part of the vibe they're going for. It has some of that kind of minimalist, spooky, PS1 aesthetic kind of left over a little bit. And I agree that I think I prefer the more alive take that Elden Ring has on it. But I also get artistically in the way that it sort of made sense for the older Souls games to feel barren like that, We're chilling for now, but I'm starting to worry a little bit about making it to 30 minutes. So maybe we should go around and get some more armadillos or something. I've been kind of just chilling. Kill the hell out of this guy. Also, Squid, if you're still in chat, I haven't checked the text, but we are playing D&D tonight, right? Or Nemo, if you're also in chat. They're both in the D&D group? We are? Okay, nice, nice. I figured. Belatedly, because Google wasn't cooperating, gonna save 100k points and make Crunchy speedrun The Longing. What's The Longing? I don't even know if I've ever even heard of that one. There's our last evolution. The sequel to The Shortening. Thanks, bud. Maybe we skip this Armadillo because it's the most annoying to get and go to a later one instead because it's faster. I don't even know what we really need out of it, though. I guess we could take Tirona's box, but we're out of banishes, right? No, we still have 6 of them. My builds in each Elden Ring playthrough were themed, so I did a Rivers of Blood, a Draconic Sentinel Lightning build, a Gravity Mage, and then a mixed-up build. Nice. Yeah, I've done a few different things, but I always like going like a sword and board, which is basically what we did for the whole stream playthrough. We just did like a quality build, claymore and a shield, and then very late on, we endurance maxed a little bit, and we're dual shielding. I never played with Rivers of Blood. I have wanted to do the Draconic Sentinel Lightning build at some point. I've seen a bunch of stuff on that, and it seems so fun. Good a Faith combat build, you could say Elden Ring run. It's been dope. Faith has a lot of cool options. All the spells in general have a lot of cool options in Elden Ring. They expanded on that a good bit. All right, man, I don't know if we're going to make it to 30 minutes. I hope so. I really hope so. Okay, what do we want? What do we actually want out of this? Area would be nice. Hollow Heart could be nice. Clover could be good. Tirona's box is good. Might just be Tirona's box, really. We just got to make sure to banish it. Because the 100% curse, it's a death sentence. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Maybe we just chill for a minute. My very first Elden Ring run, I did like an int dex build for a while, and then late game transitioned it to an int strength build for the Moonlight Greatsword. And then by the end of New Game Plus 3, because after I initially beat Elden Ring, I just ran it back. New Game Plus got the next ending, New Game Plus got the next ending. Like, did the next 2 playthroughs in probably like 3 hours, you know? But by the end, I was dual-wielding Moonlight Greatswords. It was sick. All right, everybody, how we doing? Are we chilling? I think okay for the time being. 25 minutes might be a bit of a step up. I'm just relieved we were able to get it off the ground. Oh, and we could still evolve the Prism Last, by the way. We still have another evolution, so we do have more power to get. I'm not going to evolve the Clock Lancet, because that's just too much. Wait, what the fuck? Doesn't Prism Last evolve with... Oh, it needs a weapon power-up. I forgot. It needs that shit from the Contra level. Stopped a Consecrated Snowfield because I was 140 hours in, and, like, including the DLC, I'm easily going to put in 140 more. Take a small break and treat it like 2 games almost. Yeah, the DLC is gigantic. That is not a bad idea, because the base game is giant and the DLC is giant. I do think at this point, if you get... I was talking earlier about how a game's length shouldn't be directly one-to-one with, like, its value, you know? But it is worthwhile to say that with Elden Ring, you know, contrary to that point, you get a lot of fucking value out of it. All right, banish that shit. No curse for me, baby. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to get a weapon power up on this stage at this point. Unless I was playing as a Contra character or something. Belonging is a game with enough real-time effective mechanics and events that under normal circumstances, the game's speedrun used to be like 400 days. Oh, okay. Well, I'll clarify again. The game request is for a single stream. And if I choose to continue playing the game, I'll continue playing it. And often enough I have recently. But the redemption only guarantees you one. Is the game more than 20 bucks? Because if it's under 20 bucks, it's only 50,000 points. Alphas, you son of a bitch. Wasn't there... What was the game? I have no idea. I haven't looked. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Wasn't there a game that had a trophy that was like, don't open this game for 10 years or something? Was it the Stanley Parable? I might be thinking that just because I was talking about it earlier, but it was something like that. Oh, I forgot about this thing. We got the like whiteout effect or whatever. So much dopamine. I mean, I can't guarantee you get locked into a hentai game. Shake my head, why am I even here? What's the point of Twitch, man? What's the point of Twitch if you can't force strangers to play hentai games? And before, I'll say it again, I've never really played one of those. Never played like a porn game on Steam. I'd admit it to you if I had, for real. I have had a buddy tell me about one specific series, I forget the name now, that he was like, no, trust me, bro, it's like legit a good game. And I believe him, but I was still like, I'm alright. What I'm using my bits for. It better be a finely curated selection, Nemo. I want good gameplay, okay? Not me, the game is Sengoku Rants, right, yes. Okay, it's a mutual friend of ours, Nemo and I, who told us about this. Geosage did a video titled, I decided to speedrun a 9,600 hour long game and managed to knock that 400 days ending route down to like 34 hours, wow. Via like hacks or something? Never a little Newgrounds or E-Bombs World as a youngster? That's actually, you bring up a good point. I think it's like a little horny, you know, like 13-year-old. I definitely like played a couple like lewd Flash games. That's fair. I more so mean, I guess I specifically meant like the Steam, you know, I have no porn games on my Steam account. Dabbled, at least, yeah. I guess that way you could say I certainly dabbled as a true youngster. You know, when I was typing in like boobs into Google. One of my buddies one time found on his computer's internet history, and he swears it was not him, so he assumes it was his younger sister. She searched Women's Virginia, which is just... Oh my god. It's just so good. Dabble but don't diddle. Too true. Finding a porn Steam game that's not on Twitch's banned games list is a fine art. You're telling me there's a shot. Chef's kiss search term, exactly. Women's Virginia. Am I forgot the energy? Oh, no glitches to get that speed run down. Just in-game time skip mechanics that are twice as strong on Switch for like no reason. Probably an oversight. Honestly, 5-head. I remember being a little kid, and when I first, not like a little kid, but when I first discovered porn as a horny youngster, I remember being convinced that I needed to scrape every bit of evidence off of the earth, or my mother would know. And I don't know why I thought that that would be like looking back on it now, I feel like my mom wouldn't, you know, she would have been like, hey, don't do that, but she wouldn't have like ended my life. I was convinced that what I was doing was like criminal. I guess it was kind of criminal, right? Because every time you're like, yes, I'm 18. What's happening here? Is there a Reaper? Son, why do we have 17 top taskbars? To be given the chair, the fear was real. It was real fear. I genuinely was like, my life is on the line here. I think, are we killing Reapers here? By the way? Is this build not only strong, but is it so strong that we're killing Reapers? Because once again, I'll reiterate, we didn't take Infinite Corridor. But we can't hit him with this shit. Be a real Giga Chad, stream Fate/Stay Night Real Tranua with the H scenes intact. I don't even know what that is, but I know I'm not doing that shit. Jokes aside, I've seen someone actually do that. Did they get banned? A Booba Worth, those days were peak. We just didn't know it. Yeah. That actually reminds me of one other game I played. I remember probably legitimately, I don't know. Sorry, we're talking about porn so much, but here we are. Legitimately, I think the first experience I had with like viewing porn with like sexual interest, because I definitely remember when I was a very young kid, my older brother showed me a porn site and told me it was cool, and he showed me the pictures, and it's burned into my brain. The picture he showed me, the set was of Spider-Man fucking a lady. So he was in the full suit just with like the dick hole cut out, and he was having sex with a lady, and I remember my brother showing this to me, and I was like, he told me it was cool, so I was playing it cool, but I was like, that is awful. I never want to see that again. I remember being like repulsed by it entirely. And then, but my older brother, who was cool, told me that it was cool, and I saw the site name, so I went into my second grade classroom and I told some compatriots of mine about it, and was like, if you want to be cool, this is the site to do it on. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, the site was called steakandcheese.com. And lo and behold, a few days later, I wind up in the principal's office with my mom for, you know, distributing pornography in the second grade classroom. I got in big trouble for that one. Maybe that's where some of the fear came from, huh? About the porn thing later when I was like actually looking at it with interest. And also, for what it's worth, some of you might be going like, one of the other kids ratted. They didn't. One of their moms caught them in the act, which, you know, that's a risk of the job. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then it got back around to me. So yeah, I was I was reprimanded for that. Shepherd leading sheep. The name I haven't heard spoken out loud in a long time. Steak and cheese. Yeah, steakandcheese.com, I'm pretty sure is what it was. So he did narc under pressure? No, I mean, I think his mom literally caught him like looking at the site. I guess he narked in a way. I think it must have been like, where did he find out about it? And then it came back to me. But, you know, what are you going to do, man? In times of war, that shit happens. And as far as we were concerned, that was the closest thing to war I'd ever been involved with, sitting in that principal's office. But yeah, bad times. Bad times. All right. I don't think I have anything else to say on the note of porn games. I think there was something else I had started saying, but I feel like we're okay. If we want to be totally real. That's when you gaslight them like, no, I didn't. Dude, I tried that later in 6th grade when I had to get a signature because I had done a thing that was like a prank on a buddy and the teacher took it too seriously. I would like to get that out there. GG's homies, nice completion. Thanks, buddy. I had written shunned from society on a kid's name tag on his desk. We were friends. The teacher, though, like took it very seriously, and I had to go get a note for it. Like him and I were cool, but she was like, "This is not cool. You can't be doing this. You got to get a note signed by your parent." So I took it home, but I did not want to tell my mom what I'd done. So I forged her signature, and I did so badly, for sure. I did so very badly, like several going over it, the whole thing. It was clear. But I confidently turned that shit in. And lo and behold, they sussed it out. My mom, also an educator, the principal of my school, knew her on like a professional level, as well as just, having had kids that had gone through the school. So when the note made it back to the principal, because the teacher was like, this shit's obviously forged, he called my mom, and my mom was like, I did not sign that shit. So he came and went and got me out of, I'm pretty sure I was in Enlightenment. That was one of our specials. I was in Enlightenment. Or no, sorry. Enrichment, not Enlightenment. I was in Enrichment. And they came and pulled me out of Enrichment. And the principal's like, this note here, did your mother sign this note? And I was like, yes. And he's like, I just got off the phone with your mother. She confirmed she did not sign this note. I'm going to ask you again, did you get your mother to sign this note? And I was like, yes. And I stood the fuck by that shit. I got an in-school suspension. For it, in which I had to bring my desk to the principal's office and face it against the wall and sit there all day doing busy work. But I never fucking admitted it. Great, we need more true life stories from the Chronicles of Crunch. I just need the right catalyst to bring it up. Either way, Enlightenment or Enrichment sounds like you went to a school in either a cult or like the Church of Scientology. No, it was just a regular public school. Enrichment class was where we did like fun shit, honestly. Like that's where we did the egg drop. Did any of y'all ever do the egg drop? You had to make a container that you could drop from we dropped it from like this balcony in the auditorium, and the egg would survive inside. It was fun, man. The egg drop was hype. Clearly it was porn. We get talking about porn and all the life stories just come flooding back to me. Made one hentai Steam joke and here we are. Hey, we're having a good time though. We're having a good time. So I do want to look at this. Actually, so unsurprisingly, Icebrand did the most damage. But the spread was pretty decent. All across here. Spread was actually pretty decent. How many stages are in the game for Vampire Survivors? Let's see. Drew's like, can we stop talking about porn? I actually don't know the exact number. It's a lot at this point. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26. Pretty good number. 26, and there's like 100-something characters, I think. There's a similarly high number of weapons. A lot of shit going on in the game. Because also, if you notice, the one bit of completion I'm not going to do, so we've totally beaten this game. We have everything. We have all the unlocked secrets, collection, bestiary, whatever. Some people want to go crazy enough to beat every stage with every character, because when you select a character over here, you could scroll down and see which of the stages you've beaten with them via the checkboxes here. And that, to me, is just a step too far. A step too far, certainly. Maybe back when the game very first released and there were like 5 stages and 12 characters, that would have been good, but not today. Either way, let's go ahead and call that one there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you did and you're watching here on Twitch, definitely hit that follow button. It'll let you know we go live and just about quite a bit. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.